Good, good afternoon, depending where you are. Hi, this is Barry Selby. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, let's turn this way. Hello, Antika. Nice for you to join me. I'm changing topics tonight because some things happened today. I'll start off with my name and what I'm about, so you know that context. My name is Barry Selby. I am known as the heartbreak repair specialist because that's what I specialize in with my clients, particularly with women who are really ready for real attraction, real love, and real romance, but stuff's in the way because of their heartbreak. And I was going to do a thing about what is dating, but I'm shifting that to tomorrow because something happened today for me, with me, through me, based on some things I heard both in interviews, stuff on Periscope, and then an awakening that happened in my own experience. So, as I said, I'm the heartbreak repair specialist. You can find me at barryselby.com. At least you will as soon as I get my site back up. It went offline today and I've got to fix that because I was going to promote my new program and all that sort of stuff, and I can't at the moment, at least not online. I can tell you about it, but I can't put it out there through the site because it's down. What can I say? But it ties into what happened today. Again, I was going to talk about what is dating, which I'll get to tomorrow because it's a really rich subject and it could go on for a few scopes. But let me go back to today. This is day 10 of a 30-day Periscope challenge I'm part of, and I'll tell you about that at the end. What I want to talk about today is the most powerful key to love. And I'll get to what that is very shortly, but truth is, well, I should say how I want to say this is, I had an epiphany, an insight today that really brought me back to home. Something that happened a long time ago for me, and why I've been propagating a pattern up until this very moment, literally, which ties into why my site is down. And I was carrying, no, I'm English, not Turkish, but thank you for asking. Thanks for joining, by the way, and if you find resonance with what I'm talking about, please hit the button, hit the screen to send hearts, because I'm willing to collect a few of those, and follow me here as well. So, today was an awakening for me. I heard some conversations and was listening on some radio shows some friends of mine were doing, and also on some periscopes about leadership and about being authentic. And I've been hiding a secret. I don't know what you're talking about, I'm sorry. So if you've got something to say, please do relevant to the topic. If not, then just watch. I appreciate that. My awakening was how I've been carrying a secret, or to say a hidden, because it's hidden from me in a way, awareness of something that's happening in my life that was blocking me from my own leadership, from my own strength, from my own truth. Now, last night, just to put some context, I had a experience of recognizing from the army base. Cool, thanks for joining. This may not be particularly military in theme. It's going to be more heart-based, just so you know. Thank you. Well, if you're going to keep saying that, I'm sorry, but you're out of here. Getting back to the topic. Last night, I was aware of a voice inside, my voice, nobody else's, that was putting me into, thank you, that was putting me into a place of being an also-ran to my own skills. I was running this story inside that I couldn't step up to the level of my own mastery, my own skills that I've been teaching for a long time and living for a long time. And it was blocking me. And I finally just gave it up and said, look, I know what I do is right. My book is #1 bestseller. My coaching changes clients' lives. My work works. So what the hell am I doing judging myself? And that's what I was doing. I was blocking my own self from my own good. And you may do this in your life in a relationship or on your own. But bear with me as this will bring sense as I go through this. I'm actually going to cover dating tomorrow, but this will give you a key about how to get out of the way to have what you want. So, good question. Tomorrow's topic is going to be about dating. I had to change midstream. I had more of an epiphany come up and a recognition of what's going on. So, back on topic. I got the clarity last night that really opened up the space of owning my true skills, but at the same time, this voice, this perception was running through my awareness, my mind, I'm going to say that, through till today. And with the calls and things, it was kind of like a tipping point. Thank you, I appreciate that. It's getting stronger and stronger. I'm going to tell you a piece in this video that will explain why it's coming stronger. Hitman status, is that a good thing? I hope that is. I'm going to come out and say it this way. If you are carrying judgments against yourself, it will stop you from having a healthy relationship. I'm speaking from myself right now, with myself and anybody else. There was a heart meditation that somebody was watching on Periscope ran us through, and it brought up so much stuff that I had to go through my own inner process. And what I became aware of, and this is in the area of finances and money, which is a really sticky area, particularly in relationships and particularly for me in my own life. I traced what I was doing and why I've been doing it back to a memory in childhood, because I've done enough work to be able to get that conduit, and that's what I help my clients do, that I recognized why I was choosing to do this, what was inspiring that form of action or limitation based on something happened in my family when I was a kid, about 8 years old. And I thought I'd work through this, because I've done a lot of work in healing and such, because I teach this. But another layer got revealed. It's such a fun journey. What I got clear about was that I was trying to repeat a pattern that I saw in my dad in my life, and limiting myself because of it. I know this has been one of the things I've learned, and it's one of my teachers talks about this, that we as men, masculine men, will tend to be afraid to come out of the shadow of our fathers to succeed bigger or better or more successfully than our father, because somehow we will shame him by doing it. Whether or not we like our fathers, that's a pattern that's ingrained in us as men. So for other men out there watching this, and for your male friends, for the ladies watching this is one of those patterns that can show up undetected, or I should say can run undetected for years, and I've seen a bunch of them in myself. But today was another layer. I'm sorry to hear that. You will probably find you'll have feelings about, or resonances with, how you think your father would have been, which you can work with as well. Not to play down the fact you didn't know your father. I'm sorry for that. And for kids raised with single mothers, this is definitely a thing as well, that we can find out what drives us from the father that was absent too. It's an incredible experience of recognizing these patterns are not communicated verbally, they're innate in our DNA. So, not to be selfish, but back to my story so I can give you the explaining. Okay, I appreciate it. We're in the military, so you've got your own brotherhood and I'm sure leadership that gives you that structure, which is wonderful. So, I've been running this pattern, this way of being around money, that I didn't know why. I'm being honest about this. I've been wanting to change the situation for a while, and it was something that I was resisting, or at least not able to solve, and it was bugging the shit out of me, to be blunt. Especially now as I'm getting closer to where I want to be and what I want to do and where I want to go. Thankfully, I got a big piece of the puzzle today. In doing some inner work, because I do the work with clients, but I can now do it with myself, having been trained in this, I got to discover the pattern that tied back, said, to my childhood with my father, that happened when I was a kid, that gave me it programmed into me a way of being around money that was to repeat the pattern on his behalf. Now, he's almost 90, and he's back in England. I'm in the United States. The relevance of me doing it for him is it's not lost to me. That's so useless, because he doesn't know what I'm doing. He don't see it. It's all in here and in here. Because those patterns are not about the other people. They become our own internal dialogues about who we think those people are inside of us. Does that make sense? That was a big chunk to throw at you right there. So, what I've had to come to, and this is again back to the topic I'm talking about, is one of the biggest keys to love more is to love yourself. And one of the keys to get there, especially when this sort of stuff shows up like it did for me, is forgiveness. And forgiveness is a really, really powerful tool. I do this with my clients, and I've got programs I offer with that integrated as well, and I even have pieces in my book about that, because it's such a pivotal piece. We think we just gloss over and move on and just find the next person and we'll be happy if we don't do forgiveness. Rio, nice to see you here. I haven't seen you for a long time. Welcome to Periscope. Sorry, friends of mine I haven't seen for a while. If we don't do the forgiveness work, we're going to find ourselves repeating patterns, cycles, judgments, yes, patience too. But patience sometimes without action isn't necessarily effective. I'll get to that one another point. Forgiveness, though, is absolutely pivotal, because forgiveness removes the judgments that we close our heart with, we close our beingness with, that we shut ourselves down with. And I've had that with money. I've been having a relationship that was unhealthy around money. Yes, you can have a relationship with money. I have a friend of mine who's a master coach in this area with working with your money relationship by actually giving your money a character. She has a whole program on that, not my teaching, that's hers. So I know that who we are, we have a relationship with everything around us. This audience, this camera, the phone, everything around us we have a relationship with by how we perceive it. So we have the same thing around money. And have been running, and I hope it's shifting based on what I just did this afternoon, a belief about money being something I was going to do things badly with, not treat it well, not respect myself, all these things, because of something I learned as a kid. And I mentioned this in a video Thursday or Friday, and I did it also on I'll give you a quick plug to this, a webcast I did last week. And put it simply, and I say this in a simple way, succinct way, to be, actually I just lost the train of thought, that was silly. If you're following me, can you go back and say what I was talking about right before I went off track with that? Because I got distracted by some sounds behind me and I totally lost where I was going in my place. Forgiveness, come back to, I'll come back to that point in a second. It's annoying when I can't rewind and play back what I was saying to see what it was. Okay. The relationship we have with ourselves is more important than anything else. Every relationship we have out there is a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. So if you have shitty relationships, you have a shitty relationship with yourself first. That's the thing with money. It's one of those paradigms. And I had to get clear about what it was I was doing, and then I saw the thread, the line I went back to what happened, talking about my friend. Can you add more to that? I'll come back. Anyway, I'll keep going on going, and if you get more of a nail on the head, as it were, I can go with that. Thanks for the hearts as well, by the way. Oh, no, my female friend who does money as a character, an entity, and she has great success with her clients. That's a woman who does that. Her name, by the way, just to plug her, is Morgana Ray, R-A-E. You can find her online. Master coach, mostly with women, does financial alchemy. Amazing stuff. So, hey, back to my own path, because this is so playing out for other people. In fact, I was talking to a couple of clients about this recently, and I'm seeing it mirrored back to me and to them. So, being willing to forgive yourself first about the judgments you use to shut down your heart and block yourself off from your good is what I went through today. It put me in tears because I really saw how I've been carrying this perception, and it is a perception, about how money is in my life and how it should be and how I needed to be around it, which wasn't the right one, or healthy, or effective, was holding me back from my possibilities. Because I was tying myself back to a belief I was carrying since I was a kid. Oh, that was the piece I was coming back to. I'll get it eventually. I talked about this in another video about how as kids, from 0 to about age 8, 9, or 10, we don't really have much of a filtration system or filter system for what's being told us. We think everything is true, and we take it on as a structure of how we live life. So what happens in our childhood tends to play out as patterns in our adult life. I'll say that one again. Patterns we take on and see as a child will tend to play out in our adult life unless we do something about changing them. Some of you are probably shifting us, comfortably in your seats. This one for me around money was a hidden one, and I thought I knew I'd resolved this. Apparently I hadn't, because it showed up again today big time. This pattern around money was one that I had been carrying since I was a kid, since I was about 7 years old. So as I'm teaching this to people, I'm realizing I'm living this once again and learning the lesson from it. So I chose to spend time in communion with myself, meditation, and also having a dialogue with my higher self, my heart, what you want to call that, to offer, ask, and invite forgiveness for what I've done before. Because the thing is, I can't change what happened, but I can change how I feel about what happened. That's a powerful key, by the way, for healthy relationships. Changing the history, you can change the story, but the history doesn't get changed, but you can change how you feel about it, which is the forgiveness. Having compassion and caring for what's happened before can give you the freedom to move forward. Just a thought. So in my case, what I did today was to have a place, yes, and it's a remembrance, because discipline is great, but sometimes these tools tend to sort of be hidden. I mean, to be honest, in my journey with this particular piece, it's been a few years since I was 7 years old. And I'd done some work on this 10 years ago. I thought I'd healed it, but apparently I hadn't resolved all of the judgments because they were still playing out in my life. And today I got really down to the depths of it to a degree. I won't know if it's, and this is the key, I won't know if it's done until I see how my life changes going forward. If it does, I've done that. If it hasn't changed, it's time to go back in and go deeper. And this is deep work, and it's personal work. And it's one of my favorite parts of working with clients, to help them have this transformation and heal this, because the trap of limiting ourselves, the trap of believing we're not worthy of the best, the trap of not owning our power, our magnificence, as was what I what I heard about in interviews today, is because we judge ourselves as not being worthy. And that is a lie. Yeah. Who we are, I'm just judging where I go with this. Who we are is worthy always, because our worth is not based upon possessions, looks, location, who we know, who we don't know. Our worth is because we are here. If you're alive, you're worthy. I say it in the mirror to myself. Because being worthy is a natural state. So anything we use as judgments to put a stain on that worthiness is an illusion, but we do it anyway. We judge ourselves based on people we're around. We don't do as good as them, or parents, or exes, or current relationships, or in this case for me with money. I was judging myself based on how I handled it, less than the level to which it was deserved. And I've been breaking up friendships because of this. And the mishandling wasn't appropriate. I'm cleaning this up, and I'm going to clean all of it up. That's part of my commitment. But I didn't know why I was doing it, or what was in the way of it, or what I was letting happen, because it was really my own responsibility. I wasn't a victim to this by any means, but I was letting it happen because I was choosing to opt out of taking responsibility. That's not the key. Well, this is full of keys this time. So, forgiveness. It's something you can do with a coach, such as myself, or do your own. Do your own. There's some great options and resources out there, programs, books, teachings. But I'll say it like this to be clear. The aim of forgiveness, the intention of forgiveness, is to compassionately and caringly forgive any judgments you've been placing against yourself, or against anybody else, or anything else that is separating you from loving yourself and being at peace with what's going on in the world. So if you're judging the news, which many of us have done, there is an opportunity to forgive yourself for judging that even, because your perception of the news, because the news is what it is, but your perception of the news is limiting your own ability to love more. This is big stuff. I know on the planet, and in fact this is something that the Wayne Dyer talks about, is the recognition of this. I posted a thing earlier today about the orange he took on stage during a lecture about the kid. He asked about what's in the orange. And the kid said, and he said to the kid, is it apple juice? Said, no. Is it grapefruit juice? No. What's in it? And the kid said, orange juice. He said, that's the thing. When you squeeze an orange, what you get out is orange juice. So when you get squeezed by life, by people, by situations, circumstances, what comes out of you? Is it resentment? Is it judgment? Is it pain? Is it hate? Or is it compassion, love, and caring? I'm working on that myself. I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm working on that. And the forgiveness has been a big piece of this. So I recommend highly, if you have a feeling that you want more in life, more love in life, and you're not feeling you're worthy of it, you're having a judgment against yourself. You're limiting yourself by judging what's not working. Forgiveness is the way to release the judgments. Pure and simple. So that's kind of the core of what I was talking about. If you have any questions, please post them here. I'll answer them and stay on for a bit. And hearts are welcome, of course. Thank you for those who've been posting along the way. I was going to a bit of a run there, so I didn't say thank you to you. So, what was I going to say? So as I said, my website is currently down because it's a mistake I made. Owning up to this is like outing myself on World Wide Web. And consequently, my new program I launched is sitting offline. But if you want to jump into it, I can give you the pieces to get started with it right away. It's called The Dating Advantage. It's for women, this one is, by the way. It is an 8-week program. It's online. I'm getting a hit to tell you something else. No, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. Interesting inner dialogues we have with ourselves, isn't it? That program, again, is called The Dating Advantage because advantage means to get assistance to get where you want to go, to be ahead of what you would have done otherwise. So the dating advantage is how you get what you want in relationships, to attract what you want, without all the mistakes and challenges you did before. So that program I launched this weekend to my list before my site went down today. If you want to jump in and be part of that, send me an email directly, and my email address, I'll put it out here verbally, is Barry, B-A-R-R-Y, at barryselby.com, which is my name you see on here when you follow me on this environment called Periscope. That's it. Oh, if you want to coach with me, you want more information about that, email me about that too. I'm going back the old-fashioned way, sending emails, since my website opt-in has disappeared temporarily until it gets fixed. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for participating and listening to this little insight and gem about how to have an amazing relationship. Because first, tying this back into a talk I did last week, it starts with loving yourself. If you're looking for somebody else to make you feel better because you're not accepting who you are, you'll never win. And this is my personal invitation to you to get what you want in a relationship by loving yourself, because you deserve it. Okay? I think that's it. Thank you for joining me, watching, participating as you did. The replay will be up online, and I do have it on catch.me/barryselby. That's my place where my videos get posted after they're done. This is, as I said before, number 10 of a 30-day Periscope challenge I'm part of. And if you're a Periscoper and want to get into this more comfortably, you don't have to do one a day. That's just my personal goal. This will get you started on Periscope. So send me a message over Twitter or email the address I just said on the air, and I will send you the link to that website to join us free for the next 20 days, because it's already 10 days in. Thank you for watching this little part of my teaching and my life and my own healing. Yeah, thank you. I will talk to you tomorrow, and that one will presumably, unless something else comes up between now and tomorrow, will be on the topic of what is dating. That was going to be today. I'm sorry I moved, but I had something else come up that needed to be shared today. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. And enjoy your evening, day, whatever you're stepping into now. Okay?